Behold, the hottest and most popular psychologist on the internet right now. Half the reason why Johnny Depp is winning this suit is because of her. Real talk, U.S. trial lawyers are some of the most vicious and vile people on the planet. What up? 大家好，我是索头. Thank you guys so much for sharing and liking our previous video. It really helps us out a lot. And if you like this video, remember to share and like to push that algorithm. When it comes to the Depp versus Heard trial, the excitement never stops. Nearly 400,000 people tune in to this shit live every day. Now, as you're watching this episode, Amber will have just finished her testimony. And rest assured, we are on top of it right now. From the sketchy evidence to bad acting, caught in lies, and unprofessional witnesses, this trial is proven to be better than any Netflix drama out now, son. So today, let's have a look at the trial's hottest cast member, forensic psychologist Dr. Shannon Curry. As soon as she took the stand, the comments and netizens completely lost it at how stunning she was. Some even suggested that she replaced Amber Heard in Aquaman 2. Now, since her testimony for Depp's defamation suit, her Google ratings and client bookings have gone through the roof, as well as her Google search keywords. But not only is she hot, she's extremely smart. Equipped with 2 master's degrees, when she took the stand for cross-examination, she was more than ready for the traps and trickery prepared by Heard's lawyers. She bobbed and weaved those questions like Tyson at his greatest, and even managed to hit back at the lawyer, making Heard's team look stupid, incompetent, and borderline illiterate. This is not your everyday witness, yo. So let's have a look at the most savage moments of Shannon Curry's cross-examination and arguably the best part of Depp's trial yet. We have transcribed and translated it all just for you, and I'm gonna break it all down. Each one of these segments will show just how slippery American trial lawyers can be. And I also want to let you know that you can save 25% on our online English course. So get on it ASAP, son, because then I can afford to make an appointment for a thorough and deep examination with Dr. Curry. So, our first clip sees Amber Heard's lawyer attempting to play semantics games, hoping to convince the jury that Dr. Curry had a bias towards Depp before she was even hired.
You went to Mr. Depp's home for dinner and drinks before you were hired as an expert in this case, correct?
That's not quite right. I was interviewed at Mr. Depp's home by his legal team. Dinner was served.
And the dinner lasted approximately 3 to 4 hours, correct?
Yes.
And don't you think that's a little odd that you're getting interviewed by Mr. Depp to decide whether you're going to testify adversely against Amber Heard?
I was interviewed by the legal team.
And Mr. Depp was present. It was his home, correct?
Yes.
And he was serving dinner and drinks.
He was
correct?
not serving dinner and drinks.
Well, it was at his house at his behest, correct?
Yes, it was at his house.
Okay. And at that time, you not only knew Johnny Depp, you'd seen a number of his TV and movie roles, and you believed he was a good actor, correct?
Not correct. I did not know Johnny Depp.
You knew who he was?
Yes.
Right. And you believed he was a good actor?
Yes.
Correct? Okay. Disclose in any of the designations or in your report that you had dinner and drinks with Mr. Depp, correct?
I did not disclose that I was interviewed by the legal team, no.
I asked a different question. Are you trying to resist that you didn't have dinner with Mr. Depp and drinks?
I'm not trying to resist that, but it's not quite right.
You did have dinner with Mr. Depp, did you not?
I did, with
And
his
you had
legal
drinks
team
with
and
Mr. Depp, did you not?
And what?
You had drinks with Mr. Depp, did you not?
Drinks were served. This was over 2 years ago. I may have had a drink with dinner, yes.
And you didn't disclose that you had met with Mr. Depp, Mr. Waldman, Mr. Chu, and Ms. Vasquez at Mr. Depp's house for 3 to 4 hours and had dinner and drinks, correct?
I did not disclose that. It's not significant to the report.
You don't think that's significant, correct?
I don't.
And you said no, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Now, don't be mistaken. This lawyer is not an idiot. That's why she said 3 times dinner and drinks with Mr. Depp. It's like she expected the doctor not to catch it, because if she didn't, then the doctor risks looking like a fangirl of Johnny Depp. And because she's so damn good looking, when the lawyer keeps saying dinner and drinks, she is trying to implant in the jury's mind that maybe there's something going on between Johnny Depp and Shannon Curry. Now in this segment, the lawyer is so caught up in trying to trick the doctor that she speaks out of turn and confuses herself. but watch how the doctor reacts.
Now, would you agree that a disproportionate number of women are tagged with a diagnosis of borderline personality disorder?
No, that's not quite right.
And trauma can cause borderline personality disorders, can't it?
No.
Now, you've never been asked to testify or serve as an expert with respect to whether someone has a bipolar disorder. Is that correct?
A bipolar disorder?
Yes.
That's not correct.
Okay.
Now, the lawyer is trying to convince the jury that women are unfairly diagnosed with BPD, and maybe, just maybe, the doctor is wrong. But that's not strong enough, which is why she follows up with implying that perhaps Johnny's alleged abuse caused her BPD. And this tactic might have worked, except she sabotaged herself by confusing BPD and bipolar disorder, which are two totally different things. But you see when the doctor repeated what she said?
A bipolar disorder?
Yes.
That's not correct.
That's because she knows the lawyer misspoke, but rather than correcting her, she told her that that's incorrect, making the lawyer seem unprepared and incompetent. And in the next clip, the lawyer is gonna make herself seem incompetent.
Ms. Heard repeatedly and characterologically
Are you sure you didn't have dinner and drinks before the trial?
perpetuated severe physical and psychological intimate partner violence, IPV, toward Mr. Depp over the course of their relationship. End of quote. Did I read that correctly?
It says perpetrated, but other than that, yes.
Wow. So the lawyer made a big mistake here. She confused perpetrate, which means to do something, with perpetuate, which means to continuously go on forever. Kind of like you when you perpetrate us getting pushed by the algorithm by hitting that like button. Perpetually. Now, the word perpetrate is almost exclusively used in the legal sector when dealing with criminals, which they often call perpetrators. So this slip up looks bad. And what makes it worse is how the doctor replies.
It says perpetrated, but other than that, yes.
To the jury, it looks like someone outside of the lawyer's profession is helping her to do her job.
Can you read, bitch?
Warning, the following segment you are about to see might cause you to shout out in anger or even throw your phone. So hold on tight.
Was that Ms. Heard exhibits patterns of behavior that suggest her allegations of abuse against Mr. Depp are false. End of quote. Do you see that?
I see that. You said it's my third opinion. That is not my opinion.
All right. But in this pleading, it says that you will testify to that, correct?
Yes, that's what this says.
Okay. And that was not your opinion in February 2021, was it?
No, as I said, I had not formed any opinions at that time. I had just been retained.
And you answered at that time, no, correct?
That is correct.
And then I asked, have you ever arrived at that opinion in the time that you have served as an expert witness in this case? And your answer was, could you read that to the jury, please?
Yes. So no, it's not the task. I was cut off, essentially what I said then was, no,
Dr.
that's
Curry,
not the task of dash. That was never my task to determine. Can I say what that means?
No. And then the question is, so is it fair to say?
Now this is so shameful and dirty. Even the people in the courtroom are laughing at how ridiculous the lawyer is. The lawyer already knows what was in the transcript, and I'm not a lawyer, but I do watch a lot of live trials. And what she is doing could be considered what is known as badgering the witness, creating a situation where an argument may occur, disqualifying the doctor as a witness. It's bait, but the doctor didn't bite. Now in this next clip, the lawyer ends up getting ahead of herself and ends up getting shut down by the other side.
So as a forensic psychologist, my obligation is to the court, is to the fact finder. I present science regardless of what that science may be. Now, when I take a case, my retainer agreement is explicit about that, and I discuss that with the attorneys.
I'm asking you a question. I'd like you to try to answer
Okay.
my question. You understand that if you found favorably to Ms. Heard and negatively to Mr. Depp, you wouldn't be here, right? You wouldn't be testifying.
The objection is speculation.
That's not speculation.
No, I'll sustain the objection if you want to ask.
Okay. If it goes to bias, Your Honor.
I sustain the objection. Next question.
Okay.
You see what is happening? The lawyer is trying to paint the doctor as having no intention of giving a fair assessment of Amber Heard's psychological state. But the judge, me, you, and the 500,000 people watching that stream can see right through her. And this is why most people don't like lawyers.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Now this next one might seem like a normal conversation with a little misunderstanding, but it's actually a big trap. So watch closely and I'll explain at the end.
You were, in fact, so excited about being involved in this case that you told your husband, even though this was a highly confidential matter, that you were going to be conducting the examination of Ms. Heard, didn't you?
That is not accurate.
You not only told your husband, but you told Ms. Heard that you told your husband, correct?
Ms. Bredehoff, that is not accurate.
What is accurate?
You're incorrect. That is not correct.
Is your testimony today under oath that you did not tell your husband that you were going to be conducting the examination of Amber?
That is my testimony.
Okay. So the question that was asked was because you brought muffins, you said, from your husband, right? You gave those to Ms. Heard, correct?
May I clarify what occurred so that we can stop talking about the muffins? What happened was that I was getting ready that morning. I frequently bring muffins to the office. My husband did happen to know that there was going to be a celebrity client coming in because on the mornings that occurs, which often occurs, we have to actually clear the office and move the staff to the other office. So yes, on the one hand, he was aware of that. I was getting ready. I asked him to go to the bakery near our house and pick up the muffins for me because I was running late. He often has to do that because I often do run late. He brought the muffins back to the house. I brought them into the office. Ms. Heard and I enjoyed the muffins together. I think I made a comment to her along the lines like, we can thank my husband, my husband got these for us today, meaning he purchased the muffins. We are now enjoying them because of him.
Did you say on pages 305 and 306 that you frequently have examinations of high-profile clients? You want to just take a quick look and tell us?
What, 305, 306?
Yeah, that's where we're talking about it.
Is there a line you'd like me to look at?
You can start with 15, line 15, 305. Just read through that and tell me whether you said anywhere in there that you have a lot of high-profile examinations. You do this frequently. I don't agree.
Won't you approach, please?
Why did your husband get the muffins for Amber Heard?
He did not get the muffins for Amber Heard.
He knew you had a high-profile client, and you were preparing for a very long time, and you asked him to pick up the muffins, correct?
I asked him to pick up the muffins for me, yes.
Okay.
This has got to be the best moment in this cross-examination because what the lawyer is doing is setting a series of dangerous traps. When she continuously says, your husband brought Amber muffins, she is trying to imply to the jury that Dr. Shannon violated doctor-patient privilege. Because if her husband did bring Amber muffins, then that means that he knew she was coming. So if Dr. Shannon answers wrong even a little bit, it could cost her future clients and even her medical license. This is why the doctor's tone is a bit more forceful, because she knows what's at stake and insists on clarifying exactly what she said.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
So this lawyer attempted to discredit the doctor, paint her as unprofessional, get her removed as a witness, and even ruin her career. This is how vicious and vile American lawyers can be. And that's why we don't like these motherfuckers.
I hate you. I hate you. I don't even know you. And I hate your guts.
In spite of all this, the doctor handled it like a boss. Unlike Amber's psychologist, who failed so bad, her Google ratings dropped to 1 star. But we'll cover that in the next episode. So if you like this one, remember to like and share it to your friends, and we'll see you on the flip side. Peace.